Have you ever found yourself quitting just too early? You have a goal, you have dreams, and then in the process of getting there, you saw an obstacle which is so big, bigger than your dreams and goal. And then you threw in the towel and gave up. And there goes your dream all shattered, floating in thin air. Here you're thinking, boy, I was so close to getting there. Now, what do you think the cause of you not continuing? It's called willpower. I don't want to get into a discussion on why people quit or why people don't have willpower. Because when it comes to not having the mentality of keep going forward, I think there are so many reasons why people just want to give in. Because to me, I think it's the easy way out. So today I want to focus on the 3 keys on how to have willpower instead of having no willpower and giving up. This is the lesson that I learned back when I was in high school. I joined the tennis team, and at that time, my coach would keep on telling me, Len, you have to do more running, you have to do sprinting, you have to do squats and abs, and then more weightlifting. And here I was thinking, wait, I joined tennis for me to be on the tennis court, on the tennis team, hitting balls over the net. And that's what I want. I want to practice the consistency. Until he said, if you have the will to win, you need to have the will to do the little stuff. And I was like, wait, the little stuff? What are the little stuff? Why don't you just feed me some balls and I'll do that? Those are little stuff. But a few months later, that's when I appreciate what he meant. Until as I got more into playing tennis, when I've learned that my legs need to be strong, my core needs to be in good condition in order for me to have strength and hit the ball over the net. That my shoulders and my arms need to be at an adequate level in order for me to keep on going. And that's when I realized that the little things are just as important in order for you to reach the bigger ones. And if you are willing or have that willpower to do the little things, that's when you have that mental capacity to overcome any kind of obstacles thrown at you. You have to make each part of your body stronger in order for you to get there. Most people would just jump into their goals and their dreams and just go head on, but they forget the fact that in anything that you do, you need to have a base. If you want to be a singer, you need to put in the hours to practice. If you want to be a master in karate, you got to put in the hours to practice on those little things for you to get there. If you want to be a college professor, you have to be willing to take classes in order to give you that foundation. So it's the willingness to do the little stuff in order for you to get to the bigger stuff. Here goes the 3 techniques that I'm going to share with you. Number 1, you got to make that goal, that dream of yours, as important as your survival. Now, what do I mean by that? How do we survive? I believe there's only 2 ways. Number 1 is we have to eat and drink, right? We need intake. Without intake, your body is just gonna shut down. And number 2, we need to sleep. Without sleeping, your body is also going to shut down. So those 2 elements are so important, so vital to your survival. So if it is that important, then you have to make your goals and your dream just as important. If it is that important, you will always have the willpower to keep going forward. Number 2, what's in it for me? Make that goal, that dream of yours, what's in it for you? Why should you achieve that goal and dream? See, for me, back to the tennis again, I wanted to play college tennis so bad. So every time when I keep on thinking that, hey, as much as the coach is making me do all this little stuff, in back of my head, I gotta get to the tennis team when I get to college. And therefore, when I understood that everything that I'm doing right now, this is what's in it for me. All these little stuff is preparing me for the big stuff. And number 3, you gotta make it personal. Your dream and your goal has to be personal. See, again, for me, I didn't have the childhood like my friends did. I grew up with nothing. I came in with my father at a young age, and I didn't have the opportunity for me to get into a tennis program where I can be taught and then have other opportunities to play and learn and grow. But instead, I had to reach out to people. I had to stand on another court watching the pros teaching his student and just mimic whatever he showed them. And I would just go home and practice on a wall in New York City. And while practicing, I met this man, and he saw me and he came over and said, "Hey, I have this tennis book. Why don't you use this tennis book as a guide?" So every time when I look back in my life on how I started, it became personal. That because of the time, the effort that I put in at an early age so that I can become a tennis player, I made it personal. And because of that, it helped me to have that willpower to never give up. Even though it doesn't matter how many obstacles that were thrown at me, I still find a way for me to propel forward. So if you are going to apply these 3 keys that I just mentioned, number 1, make it as a survival mode. Your goal is so important that without achieving it, you won't be able to survive. Number 2, what's in it for me? Why are you doing all of this? Why is that you are going to achieve that dream or that goal? Why is it important to you? Was it because of something in your past that make you have no other option but to achieve that? And number 3, make it personal. Once achieving it, what does it mean to you? What kind of happiness or value does it add to your life? And once you apply these 3 keys, I am sure that your life is going to change, and these keys will give you the willpower that you will never give up, because it is that important and crucial for you. If you like the tips that I just shared, please click like, subscribe, put in the comments below what you want me to talk about, and thank you very much for supporting my videos, and see you in the next one. Thank you.